One hardware stands out as the most important performance driving factor, and that hardware is unsurprisingly processor. And as laptops generally come with sorted CPU, it's a component that you simply cannot replace. So processor should be the most important hardware choice when selecting the best laptop for SolidWorks. With that being said, recommending a laptop specification for SolidWorks is not quite straightforward, as the hardware configuration will depend mostly on what you are planning to do with SolidWorks. As an example, higher CPU single core speed is preferred for 3D modeling, and for rendering and simulation, multi-core performance is required. For larger assemblies and rendering, GPU performance will make a massive impact. So as you can see, you should select your SolidWorks laptop based on the work you'll mostly do with it. Essentially, a very fast CPU will be of no use if RAM or other hardware simply cannot deliver data to the CPU fast enough for processing. So you should always go with a fairly optimized laptop that strikes the balance between all the hardwares. So in this video, I'll share with you all the technical specs that you need to look at when selecting the best laptop for SolidWorks. I've also created a list of best SolidWorks laptop based on these hardware recommendations, and it is in the description of this video. It's also available in the pinned comment. Now, this list of best laptop for SolidWorks is updated every single month. So go ahead, check it out if you want to check the recommendations. Now, back to the video. So this brings us to our very first question, which is what you should look for in a SolidWorks specific CPU. Well, SolidWorks is predominantly a single threaded application and runs on one core mostly. So you should always look for higher clock speed and better CPU architecture that ensures higher single core performance. On the other hand, if your work involves rendering and simulation, then it will greatly benefit with the multi-core configuration. So select at least a 4-core processor, with 8 being the sweet spot for most cases, and anything beyond 12 core is not going to make a big impact on performance, and the cost is going to be simply, well, too much. So don't go anything beyond 12 core. Now, the multi-core processor will also help you have enough room for other software that will run on your laptop apart from SolidWorks. So I'd recommend you go with at least a 3.1 gigahertz speed for CPU. With faster, the better. Also look for the size and type of cache memory which is available in CPU. It's a type of memory that is usually available directly on the CPU and sometimes on motherboard too, which makes accessing data very fast compared to typical RAM. So when comparing CPUs, if the specifications are almost identical, then you should go with the one with higher cache memory. Now, you can also overclock your CPU to gain that extra speed, but not all CPUs support overclocking. As an example, Intel i7-8700K can be overclocked and Intel i7-12800H cannot be overclocked. Here, check for K or X suffix in the CPU. Well, these are the suffixes that support overclocking. Now, Xeon processors don't support overclocking, and all AMD processors support overclocking. Just a word of caution, when using overclocking, make sure you have a proper cooling system installed for your PC and the cooling vents are not blocked. Otherwise, you'll soon run into blue dump screens and other crashes. Now let's talk about the next most important hardware, which is RAM. RAM sticks are quite inexpensive these days and they have a massive impact on the performance of your system. So if you don't want to create a bottleneck in the performance, then go with at least 8 GB of RAM with a recommended 16 GB or more. Now, if you work with larger datasets like assemblies with just a limited amount of RAM, then SolidWorks may end up using your hard disk as temporary RAM, and that will take a really big hit on the performance because, well, hard disks simply cannot perform faster and RAMs are typically way faster than hard disks. Now that doesn't mean you just add as many RAM sticks as you possibly can, because beyond a certain point, adding more RAMs is not going to make any significant impact on the performance. So just go with RAM that you really need. But it's still better to have more breathing space for occasional high performance work, and if you can get it, then go for at least 32 GB of RAM, and 64 GB RAM won't do any harm. Anything beyond that may be selected based on your specific work requirement. Now, you should also look at the RAM speed and go with the one with higher speed. RAM speed is usually measured in megahertz, and with higher speed, the chances of creating a bottleneck are less. So 3200 megahertz should be the minimum for the RAM speed, and with a higher speed, the better. Now let's talk about the GPU or the graphics card. So if you are working with larger assemblies, complex simulation or renderings, then this can have a significant impact on the performance of SolidWorks. But first, let's make one thing clear. Gaming graphics cards are not best for SolidWorks as they are made for a completely different kind of environment where you need a higher frame rate for not so detailed model. On the other hand, in SolidWorks, the models and assemblies are detailed with high polygon count and you need a higher frame rate to view these models. Some gaming graphics cards that support DirectX will work well to some extent, and even they can work better than the professional graphics card, but it usually depends on the graphics card that you're using. If you want to take full advantage of graphics card performance, then go with the one that supports OpenGL. NVIDIA Quadro RTX and AMD Radeon Pro are the recommended graphics card for SolidWorks. A modest VRAM or the space available on your graphics card will do just fine for smaller datasets, but for larger assemblies, look for graphics card with 4 GB or more of VRAM. If you are using SolidWorks 2019 or higher, you'll see a massive improvement in performance with the use of better graphics card, as SolidWorks introduced an enhanced graphics performance option in 2019 version. Another thing to note here is SolidWorks does not use multiple GPUs, so don't invest in more than one GPU for a workstation. So the best bet here is a certified graphics from SolidWorks that is optimized for performance. Also look for graphics card with higher VRAM, especially if you are working with larger assemblies. I mentioned this before, so this is something important only if you are working with large data sets. Otherwise, 4 GB of VRAM is just sufficient, but you can go with at least 8 GB for a medium to even larger or complex assemblies and simulations. And now it's time to talk about storage drive. Now, this is the hardware that's quite overlooked, but it has the potential of creating a real bottleneck in SolidWorks performance. My clear recommendation here is this: just to stay away from hard disks at all cost and go with SSDs. Now, these are the faster and lightweight alternatives that improve data access speed quite significantly. Hard disks can be used for storing data for long term, but when it comes to operating system or installing operating system, it should be installed on SSD. If possible, go with PCIe M.2 NVMe SSD as they are faster than their SATA counterparts. Have at least 512 GB of SSD or just 500 GB of SSD for operating system, and you can also install hard disks for saving data. Now, apart from all these recommendations, always look for laptops with proper cooling vents that are placed on the side or back of the laptop, as they're better at dissipating heat when compared to the laptops that contain vent underneath the laptops. Now, based on these recommendations, I have created a list of laptops which I mentioned previously, and they are updated every single month. Now, you can check the link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment just to see all the laptops that completely follow all the recommendations of this video. Also, let me know in the comment section which laptop you are using for SolidWorks, and do let me know which topic you want us to cover in the next video. I'll see you soon with another one. Take care.